Episode. Nobody beats the house.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. All right, welcome everybody to our daily gun show. Come to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns. We do this every weeknight, so that means we've been going live now since 2016 for like 1,400 and something episodes. I should ask, is my audio working okay after all that kind of alternative entry or opening this afternoon? Let me know if my audio is working all right out there. I got my microphone in a different place. So, yeah, we go live every weeknight, normally at midnight Eastern. We went live a little bit earlier tonight because it's the day before Turkish Shotgun Day. So, figured we'd go live and do some extra long bingo playing. So, we've got some goals with this show. We've been going live since 2016, pretty much every weeknight. And thanks for the feedback. Instead of just doing it for shits and giggles or doing it to become rich and famous, it'd be nice to be rich at some point. But really, we're trying to accomplish some things. There's some things that I've seen happen over the years and others have seen happen over the years. I suspect that's why they support these projects. And, we try to accomplish some things with this show. Monday, it's motivation. Tuesday, it's getting down into the Second Amendment stuff. On Wednesdays, we have some fun. On Thursdays, we talk about travel and training. And on Fridays, we take a look at the big picture from the bird's eye view. We do some stuff on Saturdays and Sundays, too. It's all possible due to our Patreons, the people at the scroll at the bottom of the screen here. It's thanking them on every show that they make it possible for us to do what we do. Most of them are buying us a cup of coffee each month. A bunch of them buy us lunch each month. And that accumulates, and it allows us to kill a bunch of bills and focus on this kind of stuff. And appreciate that. That allows us to do this in a different way than the standard recipe. All right, that being said, we went live a little bit earlier today. We're doing the tactical bingo. Got the poll going over on the screen over here on Tara Smith's Kitchen 1. So we did the StreamYard deal with the hashtag deal, and there wasn't that many people here. You had to kind of know what's up to know what's up. So Roy, first one in on that. Tar Smith, number 2 for 2A. Well played. Woods came in at number 3. And G23 got in there at number 4. Gun-toting pacifist. I don't know if you got in there in time. I don't know when I pushed the button. Jorn, the porn picture, about to ban you from my page, so I don't really care if you want to do that stuff on your channel, but it's annoying me when that stuff shows up on my channel, and other people are going to be too polite to tell you that, but it's bullshit, dude. So you can do whatever you want, but I'll just ban you from my channel. I have a zero tolerance policy, and you don't have to like it, but just letting you know, other people are going to be too polite, but they're thinking it. Let's see, then Chris out there, Woods, and Luke, person that hosted a long open kind of conversation that facilitated Every Second Matters. Also, hook me up with the 3D printer. I would show you what I'm printing on the printer, but it's top secret. I'm helping out somebody do something and using some stuff that is part of that project, but there's definitely 3D printing going on a couple of feet over there with the printer that Luke sent. So thank you for that. Roy's out there, and Pat Pacifist, and everybody else. So we're going to play some bingo tonight. So I don't know. There's a bunch of people out there that I should probably hide that comment. It's over there bitching. We're over there. A bunch of people have bingo cards in their possession. So if you've got one of those bingo cards and you're playing, let me know. Each bingo card has a number at the top. And guess what I got? I got the things that I printed the bingo cards from, so we can show your bingo cards on the screen. Now, if you're not playing bingo, then I don't know, you can watch everybody play bingo. If you want to play an alternative version of the tactical bingo, you got a challenge. You have a physical challenge, and that would be to go to Instagram probably and take a picture of a bingo card someplace, and then potentially you could play like an alternative 9mm version of bingo as we play along with the people who have bingo cards. Now, these are available over our Gear website store. We also send them out all the time. We send them out to Patreons and other folks throughout the year. That being said, Tara Smith's Kitchen won the initial, what did I even put on there? Hashtag early bird, I think, ripping off gizzard. So you get your choice of one of these 3 patches. Let me flip screens again. Gunmetal guy at work. Thanks for listening. Hopefully, help you pass the time a little bit. Most of this will probably just be audio because I got a robot to call the bingos. So I don't know how many of these Tara may or may not have, but this one is the, I'm calling it Wolverine squared. Wolverine holding a Wolverine or doing the Wolverine pose. This is a glow in the dark version of the Daily Gun Show. So I don't know, if I turned off all the lights, it might look a little glowy. It's kind of dark in here. And it doesn't glow very good in this light. There's too much light in here. I don't know if I've turned the lights off in front of the puppy before. And then Yankees. This doesn't glow, does it? No. Yankees patch from earlier this year. You get your choice of one of them and let me know. And I'm going to actually write it down over here so I don't forget one of these cards. I'll make the puppy write it down. Give him a Sharpie. There. Puppy's going to keep track of scores for everybody over here. All right, so we'll be waiting to see who throws out some numbers from bingo cards, and then we can throw those up on the screen. Probably be more interesting than looking at my thing. So go to this and maybe go like this. And got a robot for calling bingo.
Clean the floor. 54.
See? Well, I got it set up where you push the button, I guess.
40.
Life begins at 40. 40 guy. So I probably should bring in some kind of co-host if it's not going to be a fast and furious bingo night. We'll see who's. So far, we don't have anybody playing. There were some pre-game points. Doesn't look like anybody played pre-game tonight. So on Wednesdays, we do. We try to do a different game each night, but we also have some things that are consistent. And some of the consistent things we do would be the pre-game challenges or opportunities for points. Let's see. So Luke just stumbled in. Doesn't look like anybody is putting. Oh, I missed saying hey to Keith earlier. Good evening. What is the early bird for? Well, there you go. Looking through here to see if anybody was doing. Oh, Woods is at the store. Yikes! I don't think I'd want to be in the about section of your channel. Okay, right on. What are you doing, puppy? So I don't think I'd want to be at the store right now. It's probably a bad time to be at the store. But I don't know if we're going to get anybody to join tonight. So maybe going live was a bad idea. Figured going live would be more opportunity for people to join in and get some bingo going. But I guess the traditional day before Thanksgiving tactical bingo isn't so traditional in some households anymore like it used to be. Here, why don't we move these patches over? Right on. Thanks. So come over here. Come here. Come on, we need some views. This is pretty funny though. When he sits like this, I could probably get some views. Here, keep snorting like that. That'll be good for views. Let's get some views going here. He pretty much sits like this a lot of the times. G23, I'm pretty sure you got bingo cards. In fact, I'm almost positive you got two. They look like this, except that they're laminated and they've got playing cards on the back. What? Why would you have playing cards on the back of them? Well, we're going to find out, maybe. So I would have sent them to you in a, I don't know, whenever we did these. It would have been months ago. It's been a few months since we played bingo the first time. And since then, I've sent out some bingo cards. When people win stuff or ordered stuff, especially people that hang out on the regular. So let's see. It's Wednesday. We've got the traditional Thanksgiving movies, I guess. If people aren't going to play bingo, they could tell us what traditional Thanksgiving movies you've got planned. Tactical movies, of course. I don't know what the most tactical Thanksgiving movie would be. It's got to be something about some kind of war that happened at Thanksgiving. So what I'll do is drop a link to the co-hosts in case the co-hosts are available. And this dog is not very talkative. Here, what do you think of this patch? Oh, did you let me know what patch you want? I don't know if Tara ever said what patch. This is Yankees patch. Oh, he's sniffing Yankees patch, but I'm saying it's because all of this crinkly plastic on it. And this one's got a critter on it. This one's got a critter with an AK-47. This one's only got some FUD with a shotgun on it. And this is the show you're on right now. You're literally the co-host of this show right now. He doesn't even care. I feel like he doesn't even care about this show, that he's the co-host of it. Luke's saying Lethal Weapon. Trying to remember which that one is. Is that the one with what's his name? And it's like, I'm getting too old for this. I'm not the biggest fan. I've only seen that one maybe once or twice back when it first came out. Is it a Thanksgiving one though? Oh, wait a minute. Now I think there is. It is a Thanksgiving movie, huh? The photo you sent me. Where'd you send me a photo to? Email? Or are we talking on Instagram? Oh, I was sending out a link to co-hosts, so I'm going to do it over on this screen. Oh, look, he's getting up. Something's happening. Something's happening. It's going to be cute, whatever it is. Oh, yeah, look at this. Now he's laying down. Kind of like turning into a crescent. All right, so co-host chat, and there it is. sent on Messenger, but just on phone. Well, are you talking about Instagram Messenger? That was from a while ago, probably. How do I get in there? Trying to remember what your thing is over here. Instagram's really weird. When you haven't chatted with somebody in a bit, they throw it down into a weird kind of pile. And they mix it all up weird. Problem is I can't if I open it. So yeah, some of these are the first gun channels patches ever. Those two are the first gun channels patches ever. That tan one, I'm sure a bunch of people don't have because that's a 2015 Every Second Matters. And then these are, wait a minute, these are the second gun channels ones. These were from, okay, yeah, so we got some stuff we can talk about with this picture. So this one, these are some stickers and things. I'm trying not to get your phone number in there. These are some stickers and things. What the hell happened? The ones that are super nice looking are stickers and things, but then this here is the original gun channels patches. So the very, very first, I didn't make these. These were made by Ralph, I think. And then this one is probably the 2015 PVC, so the first PVC gun channels. And then these here were the first ones that I think I made. Let me move this monitor out of my way. So these were from 2014, and so was this little guy. So these two here are the most rare. I mean, I probably only have a couple of those too. And then this is the two versions. So there was the gray version, and that meant something, and I can't remember anymore. Did we have staff or crew or something? It's probably, or maybe people that supported it more. I don't know. And then the regular one. So I think we had this gray one for some reason. And then maybe it was hosts, but I don't know. Back then it would have been still kind of up for grabs what the whole goal of the thing was. And then that thing there is the tan 2015. So if you're trading those, then I'm sure somebody would want to trade you for those. Oh, and then you also had that orange thing is one that I sewed at some point. Looks pretty decent. So probably once I figured out how to use the machine. The Every Second Matters business cards, we made a lot of those. So, I mean, I don't know if they're collectible or not really. Patch appraisal. I don't know if it's an appraisal as much as identification. I don't know what they're worth, but for people that might be interested in the memorabilia part of it, I guess. Grumpy Old Men, a good Thanksgiving movie. Grumpy Old Men. That's not one where they get out of jail, is it? Saying this dog looks like a good lap dog. I don't have a Lazy Boy, but I'm almost positive they were named after dogs like this. Because when I was I'm used to these dogs sitting next to old people and Lazy Boys. 1911 patch. Oh, okay. The one from Daily Gun Show. Right on. So I'm gonna write this down, even though this dog's supposed to be writing it down. Boom. So this one's off the table. Don't sniff that. What are you sniffing this marker? He's a junkie. He's a marker junkie. Right. So I've been trying to find a home for this dog, but there's been no one looking for him. And I've struck out on a couple of occasions. So here's a question for the audience, for the people that are out there in the world. If you were in Tucson and you were going to get this dog set up so that he could no longer have baby puppies, right? And you wanted to get that operation done. Let's say you wanted to get his business situation figured out down there. Number one, how much do you think that would cost in Tucson? And number two, when do you think the first appointment for this dude would be? I called him yesterday. So calling him on the 20, whatever it was yesterday, the day before Thanksgiving. All right, going back down to the bottom. This dog doesn't have a name. Trying to get him back to the people. I'm almost positive he was from somebody with a lady, because every time he hears a lady on a movie, he looks up at the TV. Still wanting to do some more versions of business cards? Right on. My last interaction with pugs, I'm trying to remember what that was. There's no way I'm naming any dog that. I hate that word. I don't know where that came from. That's weird. It's like, I don't like it. $120 in 2 weeks. January 10th and 150. So what we'll do is closest without going close. Look, there's no way it's 900. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say 900 because to get the dog fixed, I wouldn't even. I don't have 900. There's no way I would be looking even. There's no way it costs 900. Oh, I went to the low cost place. There's a low cost place that I go. Oh, that's what it was. You found little BB one time. So Luke was being a lot of the live chats. We had a different type of live situation back in the day. It was kind of a new thing for YouTube, at least. It wasn't new for the internet, but the YouTube community was new to live streaming, and gun channels derived from a bunch of people that were chatting on the regular basis. And we were chatting about guns, and we were experiencing 2013, which executive actions which threatened to just take away rights without laws, to just use the presidential executive actions to do that. And each one of those was challenged, and it was grassroots resistance that resisted it or challenged it, or whatever the words are. So we all seen that happen, and Luke was a big part of that. There was a lot of people that were like in these things on the regular, and in one of those chats, I'm trying to remember how it went anymore. I think you were just sitting there and you heard something, you went out to the door, and then he's like in a hotel room doing his thing on the road, and heard something at the door. A little while later, he's similar to this. Little dog appears. So, I mean, these aren't the only two stray dogs that have come around during live chats. That's sort of the nature of doing stuff live, I guess. You're going to see stuff happen. Uh-oh. Where are you going? What are you doing? California got a Turkish something for $40. I have no idea what that is. Is that some kind of food? All right, well, this is upside down now. Thanks, puppy. You ruined the live stream. That patch went upside down. All right, well, so we've got a link out there to the co-hosts if they want to jump in. Otherwise, we're here to play bingo. So I don't know how many people out there have some bingo cards, but they look like this. I've been sending them to people. Hopefully you're not just throwing them away because they're for playing bingo with. So bingo, you get the free space in the middle of the card all the time. So the idea is that we play bingo on the tactical quiz on Wednesdays. Every time there's 5 weeks in a month. And this month, this little dog came around and ruined it last week. So we pushed it back a week, and it's also Thanksgiving. So worked out. Well, maybe it didn't work out, but that was the idea. So the idea is that we play tactical bingo every time there's a tactical quiz in a month where there's 5 weeks. And I forget how many times that happens, like 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Somebody knows. Right now, all we've got going on, because we're looking for people with the bingo cards to show up, since I print the bingo cards, I'm going to flip back over to the screen over here. Since I print the bingo cards, I've literally got the thing I printed them from. So we can show all the bingo cards and we can have some fun. I got a robot all set up over here, ready to play bingo or yell the numbers out
Cup of
randomly.
tea, number 3.
Look at that. It's just like your old lady at a bingo place.
Pines varieties, 57.
Or if you feel better,
Begun, 41.
you're on some kind of a cruise ship, except it's not a fancy ocean one. It's more like on a big lake.
2 dozen, 24.
It's a lot safer. You can't drown that hard in a lake. You can only kind of drown in a lake. Every once in a while he does that, and I can't tell if that's a fart or a burp. But either way, something came out of him. All right, so we're also got the thing going for how much and how long to get this business snipped on this animal, to get his you know what done. I figured here's for some comparison, and I don't know if this is cheating or not, but for comparison, the last time I had to do this was only like 15 years ago. Maybe it was 17 years ago, and it didn't take that long. It took like, oh no, I didn't have to do it that long ago. I had to do it with that other dog 3 or 4 years ago, or 3 years ago or something. And I set up the appointment. Let's say if I called on Monday, I had the appointment on Wednesday. And I could have had a Tuesday appointment, but it didn't work for me. So usually you just call up and say, here's when I'd like to have the appointment, like what time of day, or here's the day I'd like the appointment. What time of day would it be? And this time it was not like that. And it was surprising. And that's why I'm asking everybody what they think. And I don't know, maybe it's like this around the whole country, or maybe it's not like this, but it's probably a spoiler. All right, so under 200, yep, definitely under 200. And so for the price, since nobody's guessing, $110, which is pretty much, I think, what it was. I might have gotten it even cheaper last time. I think somebody was giving me a hookup last time. I can't remember. And then the big question is, how long do you think, or when do you think the first appointment for this guy to get his business taken care of would be? So let's see what answers. Come on, seriously? So now he's going to lay over here like this. The first answer or suggestion was weeks out, and then January 10th. I think that's the only two question or two. You all right? That's the only two responses. I think we're going to go back down. 6 weeks. I was close with 120. Yep. Under 2 weeks. It is Christmas time. And then I don't know what 2 weeks are, but here's the thing. Don't fall over. And if there's like an old person listening, make sure to cover their ears. Also, probably children shouldn't listen to this. April. I'm not talking about the girl's name on the phone. I'm talking about the month. April. Freaking months and months away. What's up with that? Is this some kind of bizarro world? What's up with that? Like they can't, it takes like 15 minutes. I didn't even know they had to use, you know what I mean? Like they're only being polite with all the drugs and stuff. Come on, seriously? April? So, I mean, obviously, I didn't get all upset and actually talk to their manager or nothing yet. But, you know, what the hell? April. I'm not going to sit around with some dog with a bunch of nuts till April. You don't know what he thinks he is, but he's going to be nutless. It's like 2 months where Roy's at. Interesting. I know that we have a couple of people who are who either are working or have worked. Yeah, seriously. Like you're supposed to get this done in a certain time. But anyway, yeah, that's like 6 months in dog years or something. I forgot I got some coffee over here. All right, well, I guess this bingo is going to be pretty boring if nobody's got any bingo cards. Half a dozen appointments with eye injury from cat scratching. And got to see a specialist in 2 weeks. Well, I'm glad about that because that's more important. Obviously, this is, I'm gonna say like elective, but it's essentially elective, right? Definitely surprised me. I had no idea. I had no. Obviously, I would think if you're a veterinarian, I don't know if you have to be a whole veterinarian to do that. Can't people who deal with cows do this? Isn't it the same thing, or is it different? The more older they are, well, yeah, for sure. Well, and I'm wondering if that didn't have something to do, if that's indicative of all medical procedures for dogs, then I'm wondering if that had something to do with them letting this dog go or not looking for him. Although I don't think any problems, he might have some kind of issue, but maybe they were just like, I'm not going to have some dog peeing everywhere till April, so let's just open the door and let him run away. They like it. Yeah, exactly. They usually say they want it as young as possible, right? You're right. The pug is probably not electing, but I can't imagine. Well, nobody I know that would be in the market for them would want them to be, one, peeing all over, and two, they're not breeding them or nothing. Oh, I'm sure he'll be having to do something like that. Although I've seen they do something like those pillows you get on an airplane. They do something like that now, where you stick this like balloony thing around their neck, and I don't know if that would work for him. We're gonna show you some informational. Hey, come on, man! Really? You have to be violent about it? In case you haven't seen before on these animals. There we go. Click. Lay down. He's got what you call a lot of neck flab. It's very fat in his neck. I figure he was very fat at one time, and then he lost a lot of weight on a keto diet, perhaps. And now he's got all this neck flab. See all this? I don't know if it's getting through on the video. A lot of times the focus won't get through. If I bring this out, we're talking approximately a 3-inch neck flab. About 40 millimeters thick. Precisely. So you could probably look up some kind of online chart for that amount of neck flab and girth, and that'll tell you how old he is, maybe. A neck tuck, that's a good point. And maybe I'll do some kind of get, send, go, or one of those charity situations or whatever for his elective neck surgery. I'm not trying to give him a complex about it. It's just that what if he wants to wear a necklace? What if he wanted to be a necklace model? I'm thinking about when he gets older, and he might not be thinking about that yet. All right, well, so again, there's links out there to the co-hosts. That's a long tail for a pug. See, another reason they probably got rid of them. Who would want a long-tailed pug around? It's creepy. It curls up. I was thinking about getting some Botox on his tail. Maybe that get rid of some of these wrinkles. I'm gonna get a whole different lighting. Trying to light up all those wrinkles is pretty tough. Anyhow, so we had planned to do bingo, and then it's like we set up the tables, we got the big bingo balls out and all that, and then made a bunch of lemonade, and then everybody showed up and just sat there, but nobody got any bingo cards. And look, it's making the puppy sad. I'm just saying. I was telling him, look, we're gonna be playing bingo. Look how excited he gets when there's bingo involved, and then nobody wants to play, makes him sad. All right, so we're going to take a look. We've already done the early bird giveaway. I guess we could do some other one and go. How do you do this? You got to go back. Nope, that didn't do it. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. So why don't we bring? Can I bring this up under? No, stupid. Put this over here. Do the giveaway for what hashtag should we do? If only there was some obvious hashtag to do today. We could do the hashtag of this one will be fun because everyone will misspell it. I don't think capitalization matters, but the new hashtag, if you want to participate in a hashtag drawing, is Turkish shotguns. Hashtag Turkish shotguns. Making them self-conscious with all the neck flab and long tail shaming. It's not so much shaming as letting them know what's not going to work on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like what's not going to go viral. And if he wants to go viral, right? Why would he not want to go viral? And we're just trying to give him coaching, some polite nudging. I'm just saying, look, if you wanted to have all the pugs out there have already got this whole like wrinkly face thing going on. Everybody knows about that. That's not new, right? So we got the whole wrinkly face. But what if he had the smooth face pug thing going, right? That nobody's got that going. All right, so we got the hashtag Turkish shotguns going, but we're here to play some bingo. Makes the puppy happy when we play some bingo. We got robots all lined up. So I guess we'll talk about underneath this puppy's butt. Down here, we've got the Wolverine patch and a Fudd patch. These are going to be guaranteed to have pug drippings all over them. And they've been sniffed, 100% sniffed. I know a lot of people don't have bingo cards, but some people do. And I guess those are the people that decided not to show up and play this evening. But, it happens. So anyway, this next bout of hashtaggery will be for a patch, one of these two patches. Looking for your bingo cards, must be in storage. That's too bad. And let's see. We got 6 entries. Let's see. Let's verify this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's working. Hug and gun calendar next year? Probably not. So far, 1, this dog doesn't do what I tell him to do all the time. He just does what he feels like a lot of the times. And it's super difficult to get pictures of him and sit still and do what I tell him to do all the time. So he'd have to do a lot more listening. He might. We'll see. When he's in this kind of mood, it's pretty easy to get him to just sit here. But the thing is, he's in this kind of mood right now because when he's not in this kind of mood, he's running all around like this fast, essentially. One of his favorite things to do is to run. Let's say this is one end of the house and this is the other end of the house. And the other dog will be sitting around here. He'll run this way and then run this way, and that'll get this dog to look up at him. And then he'll run over at her and just sort of do this and smash into her with his whole body. He thinks it's hilarious, and then he'll run back and do that over again. And eventually, she kind of thinks it's funny, and then she goes, "Oh, this is a game, I guess." And then he does it too many times, and then she gets mad. And then he comes over here and he sleeps. And he's kind of pouting and sleeping at the same time because he couldn't play anymore, and he's tired. All right, well, I don't think we got one more, Luke. So now I think that might be everybody that's watching. I don't know if Panda did it. Does he run in circles, almost like he's chasing his tail, but not really? Hug my brother had always say that. No, he doesn't do that. What he does, well, I don't know. He has the opportunity to do that or not. So far, he hasn't been around that long, so he basically just tries to sit next to me all the time. But if he had a more comfortable and he could be like this, he may be doing stuff like that. Like I could see him, if he was more comfortable, I could see him being a puppy like that, running all around. But here, he's doesn't, have a place to do that, or doesn't feel comfortable doing it or something because he doesn't know. But when he goes on the bed, he definitely, you can tell that he's got that in him. He freaks out when he's got a place to play like that. But I can't let him go in the backyard and just run around. I don't know where my holes are in the backyard, big enough for him. My dogs are bigger, always have been. So I don't know where he could squirt out of. And then I don't know if he wants to or not. He might be just looking for a chance to book home or book around. I don't know if he comes from around here or if he's 10 miles or 20 miles from where he came from. So I don't really give him a chance to just run around, I guess. All right, well, we haven't had more than 7. So I'm taking that as a sign that there's 7 people watching, even though there's 16 people technically watching tonight. So I have a lot of people that don't want any kind of hashtaggery business involvement, any kind of hashtaggery. Luke, last one in. First one to get one of these. So going back to this screen, we've got the flood-free zone. This was Yankees design. I think he did a metal sign like this at some point. And then earlier this year, I did a run of these to raise funds for SHOT Show and getting the SHOT Show and that kind of thing. Really just killing a shit ton of bills. So thanks to everybody who participated in that. And then this one is the 2019 version of the Wolverine series I've been doing. And it's a 3-dimensional looking Wolverine holding the AK in the Wolverine stance. I call it Wolverine squared because, call this one Wolverine cubed because the first one I did was Wolverine holding a Wolverine or doing the Wolverine thing. And then the third one, that one was Wolverine cubed. This one's squared. This one's Wolverine cubed. And then the next one is, what do you call it when something's got 4 above it? That's what the other one is. So anyhow, you get whichever one of them you want, and whenever you tell me, I'll. Do I have your address? I can send you some 3D printed stuff too if you want. All right. So if anybody, we've been going for an hour now, which is basically the normal time we'd normally be going live. And guess what? There's no mouse party tonight. So this is all we get. This is the last show of the night. So if you're one of the folks that has a bingo card, that's what we're here for, to play some tactical bingo. And we've got the bingo cards here. So we can just flip over to here. Got the bingo cards. We got the robot to say bingo. All we need
Doctor's
is people
orders.
to be.
Number 9.
Luke's going with the Wolverine one. You got it. Write that down on my little card over here. That doesn't get much stuff written on it because nobody's playing bingo. I guess you can. Hey, look, he just kicked Tara's patch. What's up with that? He's super violent. So you can lead a bunch of people, approximately 17 people, to a bingo parlor, but you can't make them bingo. Oh, what's so he's weird? He's like a parrot. He just likes to sit over there. It's cute though. Flip screens again. Come on. So we're seeing number 2 was Luke. That leaves this one sitting there. What are we going to do with it? Oh, snap. Gun-toting Pacifist became a channel member, I'm guessing, because it says new member over here. Or, well, we'll just leave it at that. We can swap addresses. I have some printing stuff. Right on, dude. You had said something about something, and I was wondering what that was all about. So, looking forward to that. All right, so just put it on the puppy. Do something that makes people want to play bingo. I would put this under his ear, but it's so... Oh, no, it does. Look at that. Come on. I was going to say his ear's too floppy to hold a bingo card up. Come on, seriously? Some of the prizes for bingo today were going to be, but nobody's playing, were going to be this Mora knife. It's a real knife. Don't be scared, puppy. A real knife. In Kydex, well, actually injected molded sheath. He doesn't like things. He doesn't like tools. He can't handle, those retractable leashes. He hates them. I was drilling something with the cordless drill, and he freaked out. He does not like machines for some reason. He can barely handle the air popper. So somebody was probably mean to him with a machine or something. We've got a 3D printed golden gun for somebody who might want a 3D printed golden gun. We also had, this is just a random sample. You're not necessarily going to get 16. We'll roll whenever we do a patch swap again. But this is a placeholder for a random patch batch from Series 2, S2. So this would be potentially, well, it is 4 patches, but potentially super expensive, rare patches, either from SHOT Show or from someplace I bought them from. Right. Is that Mora from the Pot of Gold auctions? Yep, exactly. I got a bunch of these Moras from Pot of Gold. And this one I'm not the biggest fan of, so it's definitely one I'm willing to part with. Nothing wrong with it, it's just not my style. So I like the blade just fine. I dig these stainless. I mean, I like both of their, they make stainless blades and they make non-stainless, like just regular metal that can rust. The metal that can rust, regular old steel, like it can get very sharp. I really, really like that kind of stuff. This stainless can't get as sharp, but it's also very difficult to get this really dirty or ruin it. It's great for cooking. It's great for camping. It's just good for everything. So I really like both of them. But this one's, and I like this scabbard just fine. All their scabbards are kind of, what's the word? Like low frill. So you got to get used to it being like that. But they're super, that's the only thing good about it is some of their stuff, right? So really decent sheath. And it's a little weird with this, but what are you going to do? It's not that bad. And this one does this, which is pretty decent. So it's not, You don't have to have this thing sticking up all the time if you don't want it. But the thing that I just don't like about it is this rubber overmold goes all the way to the end. And even though it's comfortable and fine, it's just, I don't know, something about it isn't, in my hand, don't like it for whatever reason. So, and it's brand new, but it's good to go. There you go. See what the puppy thinks about it. Sniffing it. He doesn't have any problem with it. He's not wagging his tail, though, you'll notice. It is blue also, which is kind of cool. All the ones I got were blue, except for this little tiny one. All right, let's see. So this went over here. Holy crap. So Chris dropped $50 into the super chats. Thank you very much. We'll be doing a super chat thank you random thing on Saturday. I think for a $50 super chat, you'll be in there more than once. So really do appreciate that. Thank you. Heading to bed. Hope everyone's saying heading to bed. Hopefully everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for hosting. Yeah, you bet. Thank you. You do an actual show. I'm just sitting here kind of trying to get some bingo going, but my dog just threw the bingo card on the floor. So. My dog's sitting over there. This dog over here dropped this bingo card in a fit of rage because nobody's playing bingo tonight. I'm not saying that the people that choose not to play bingo are making this dog upset, but the dog's upset and we're not playing bingo. That's what I'm saying. Look, I wouldn't have to keep trying to put it underneath the dog's ear, but that happens because we're not playing bingo. I'll put it in his tail. How about this? There. Now you know. He doesn't like it, and he's sad. Oh, let's see. So thanks again for the super chat. No, I'm not really trying to name him. This dog definitely came from somewhere. There was some sores under his armpits here, and I had thought, he was jumping around or doing something out in the desert. Dogs get sores on him. He's also got some other sores on him in different places. Had him underneath of his armpits, and I was telling that to somebody, and they go, "Yeah, because he was wearing a harness." And I went, "Oh snap! I never even thought about it." But a little dog like this wouldn't be wearing a collar, not just because of his extra neck fat that we talked about earlier that he's got over here going on, because it's super hard to put a collar on him, but he can wiggle out of it. So, and his head's too little. He's got a very little head. So all this neck fat makes it super hard to, it's almost as if they engineered him to be hard to bite his neck, or hard to grab him. I don't know what these dogs are for. They're for probably fighting something, right? Maybe fighting like a little animal, like a fox or something. I don't know what you'd make them fight. They're not for fighting cats. He's not aggressive. But I don't know what all this fat would be for. But anyway, that made me think, oh yeah, he probably had a collar on. And the way that he sits, he doesn't come into the kitchen. He doesn't really beg for food, where a normal dog, I think, would beg for food. It almost seems like he's had some time living with somebody with some kind of routine. And they don't just get born in the wild like this. So I figure he's somebody's. So I'm trying to do what I can to get him back to wherever he came from. And if I can't, which it's looking like it's not going to happen, one of the things I've been using is this identifiable feature right here. He's got this little mark, and other dogs don't have this particular mark, and he's got it on both sides. So I tell him he shouldn't be robbing banks or nothing. They're going to be able to easily identify him from these tattoos that he had. But I've got two more options that are yet to be determined for getting him to people that would probably be better off with a little puppy. So we're looking for people that have bingo cards so that we can be playing some bingo. We're about an hour in. I figured by going live an hour early, we'd have a chance to get double the amount of bingo in, seeing as there's no mouse party tonight. If I have to be the one to tell you that there's no mouse party, sorry to drop the bad news on you right before Christmas. It turns out the mouse party will be tomorrow night now for some reason. Woods said he lived going to the store. I actually went to the store earlier today too because this showed up in the mail today. I think I can show this off without getting anybody in trouble. This showed up in the mail today. I'll let the dog sniff it and see what he says. And since I went over there, I went over to grab some other things, and I was able to, very much like a ninja, jump in there, get what I went in there for, and then book out of there with one of them deals where you have to do all the work yourself as far as checking out. So I got one of those deals going, and actually got in and out of the store pretty quick because everybody else had giant carts full of stuff, and I had like two things, literally two things. The pug was bred as far back as 400 BC as a companion for the Chinese. That's what I kind of thought. I knew that there was one kind of dog that went into the robes of the emperors, right? Go in my robe. Go in my robe. This dog doesn't feel like he wants to go in there, I think. But I thought that was a smaller dog. But he kind of looks like a puppy of the lion fighting dogs. So maybe they just wanted to make him look like a dog that fights. Or maybe this is just extra. Maybe this was not designed to be here. And that's why they threw this dog away, because of all this extra back fat and dog and neck fat. Maybe this dog was really, really fat. He might have been this fat when he got lost or when he ran away from home. And he's been running around on the streets for so long that all that fat disappeared, and now all he's got is his neck flab. A lot of times there'll be one of the microchips in here. So what I'll do is I'll reach around in here to try to find one of the microchips. Nope. Did I get the box you sent? Do you mean this box? Yes. This dog is sniffing it to see what's up. Sometimes people try to send me a box full of dog biscuits or bacon or something. And what I do is have a dog sniff it before I open it, just to make sure that kind of situation isn't at hand. Pretty sure this is passing a sniff test. Oh, he's licking it. That's not a good sign. Or is it a good sign? Is that the dog purring? He's more like making a snorting noise. Probably because of his nose. So yeah, I definitely got the box. Thanks for that. I haven't opened it yet. I figured I'd do it on Sunday. Nope, not keeping him. Trying to find his people. Almost positive he's not a wild pug. And there is one, a wild pug breed. Has a little bit different smile. They have a different mouth going on. So I don't think he's an indigenous Arizona pug. I think this is one of the introduced pugs to the region. And there's a good chance he comes from one of the pug ranches nearby. And because of the fact that he's super lazy and he has high expectations what he feels like eating and stuff, when he feels like eating and things like that, I feel like he came from old people. Look at him. Doesn't he look like he came from some old people? This dog does not look like the life of like having to make a lot of decisions or like stressed out very much. Maybe he hung out at like a place that sold hot tubs and he just would hang out in a hot tub all the time. Anyway, he's just making a noise of this kind of dog makes that kind of noise when they breathe. And then when you do this, you can make them do it. Oh, I'm also doing it just below the microphone. The microphone is right there. Woods is going to show up for the Patch Club, right on. The Pekingese is the dog in the robes? That's what I thought. Is that a fuzzier dog? I think I had a Pekingese. Or did I have a Pomeranian? I don't remember. But I can see why people want these things. If I had one of my own, what I would do is walk the dog. I think this dog would be a good dog to wake up and take him for a walk, get him some exercise, and knock him out for the rest of the day. And I bet you that would be a good routine for this dog. Maybe even 2 short walks tying the dog. Until he solves some kind of problem. Well, he could solve a problem by getting a bunch of people to find their bingo cards so we could be playing some bingo. That's all he wants to do. He's like, let's play some bingo. He's not good at getting people to want to play bingo. I feel like a lot of the other channels get a lot more people to play tactical bingo each week, and I'm only asking people to do it once in a blue moon. But whatever. We won't keep pushing a dead horse up a hill, or however it says, trying to make a dead horse drink water. Oh, speaking of dead horse, bringing it back to reality and not all the bullshit, sounds like Echo needs some help. So I don't know if people saw the post from AR Guns, but those guys ain't ones to fart around. So I wasn't sure if someone maybe stole ARs or something. After hearing some replies and stuff, I'm pretty sure it's legit that AR posted that Echo is having some issues and it could use some food. And if you wanted to send some food to a store near him or send some scratch via PayPal through AR Guns. So nobody's under any obligation or nothing, but it's fucking Thanksgiving and it's Echo, for crying out loud. So I'm not sure if everybody's been talking about that and everybody already knows, but I'm just getting kind of back, or I hadn't been watching stuff all night. I've just been kind of doing some stuff. So wanted to mention that. Yeah, the last we kind of chatted, it sounded like Echo's not doing bad or nothing, but then sounds like maybe he's waiting for a check or something. Stuff can happen. I have no idea, but it says has some financial difficulty at the moment, and I can understand being vague because people got their own business and everything. And I wasn't sure at first because you do see these people get their accounts taken over, and then the kind of thing there'll be a plea, help out a friend when an account gets taken over. But I really don't think it was taken over. I haven't had a chance to hear AR Guns do anything like a live stream or do anything more than this one post. Let's go double check if he might have done something live. No, he's got one scheduled for tomorrow. But it is over here on his community tab. And typically when somebody gets hacked, they're going to have a bunch of posts. They're going to spam it. This doesn't look spammed at all. And there was a reply to DJ earlier. And then he also posted something about kind of I think what he's talking about is reallocating some preps. And that's an awesome idea if people's got preps. So maybe we can get Echo's address or something, and care packages to a friend are the same as care packages to anybody else, right? Anyway, with that, nobody really showed up. It's kind of weird on a Thanksgiving or a holiday in general, but a Thanksgiving specifically, everybody celebrates in different ways, and everybody has different situations. Either they're traveling or they've got people who traveled to be there. Excuse me. Some people, make a big thing going on. Some people don't. So I don't necessarily go live on holidays just to do it. But since this show is every night, when the holidays fall on it. I'm not as scared of going live on a holiday. So we'll be going live tomorrow night as well, and we'll be talking about something else. Oh, Turkish shotguns or something. And there's a link. Barbecue had asked for a link to barbecue. Woods had asked for a link to AR Guns channel, and it's what it comes up as. Shit, is that his channel? I guess so. Yeah, it's just I think how some people will change their channel name is all. And then his email is here on the YouTube thing. So I think DJ might have run into something with the phone. Whoops, might have run something into the phone where you have to say, I'm not a robot. And I don't know how the phone deals with that. But YouTube doesn't want to give away people's emails to just any robot or whatever. All right, so we got this last patch, the Yankee patch from earlier. I'm going to go back to giveaway. And thanks again to Bjorn for changing out the logo. Didn't mean to be a dick, but it just threw me for a loop on Thanksgiving to have that pop up on the screen. I know it wasn't anything a big deal, so I do appreciate the consideration. All right, so going back to Tactical Bingo and putting in, somebody come up with a good hashtag. So we're going to see, somebody will come up with a good hashtag in the comments right now, and then that'll also be their first hashtag. So will that means they're going to win? Who knows? So we'll see what kind of hashtags come in, and then that'll be our third hashtag for the night. And then we'll run it and see how many people participate in the hashtag, and then we'll see who wins the hashtag. But Jordan's saying, I'd like to get an Alaskan Malamute. I grew up with Alaskan Malamute, so I can 100% understand where you're coming from. That's why when I seen this white dog that I got, I was like, okay, I can handle this. It's like a little tiny Malamute. Malamutes that I'm familiar with, though, a lot bigger. Maybe I was just littler, but they were a lot bigger, and they got a lot of gray in them. They got different paint jobs. They had like a bunch of different paint jobs, kind of like this dog. This dog has, now that I'm looking at different pugs all the time, turns out all these different paces. This isn't just dirt on his face. This is his little paint job, so it's a little bit different on every one. All right, so we're getting some suggestions. Turkey gravy, that ain't gonna go far with me, so I'm not going with turkey gravy. Pug dog, it's all right. I'm liking it. Guns and dogs, I feel like barbecue would somehow, that would somehow interfere with some kind of lawsuit that I've got going on with barbecue. Separate from Europe, that's just too long. I don't know. We all love Europe too much for that. It's Thanksgiving after all. Isn't that a time to say thanks for Europe? No, not at all. Lab life. Oh, I see what he did there. And then turkey neck dog. Nice. Is this dog a turkey neck? I guess he's got a lot of, I guess turkeys have that stuff going on. Maybe that's why he's got this neck like this. Like a vulture. Hashtag 3D printed 100% lowers. Gunpowder Beauty's out there. Hopefully everything's going well as can be in your neck of the woods. Oh, neck. Sorry, puppy. Look at how big this is. Look at how big this neck is. Here, let's make fun of his ears. That's another thing. I've never had a dog with such floppy ears. What's the point of this here? Can you even hear anything? Maybe that's why he's so bad, because of his ears so floppy. What's it even for? You can't lift it up. Maybe if he did some exercises, you could lift him up like a Doberman. Doberman had his ears up all the time. Neck fat. That's a good one. That's a lot faster. Cranberry pug. Love. Hashtag. Oh, snap. I think Gizzard just figured it out. So Gizzard figured out a good hashtag. Let me see if I can't just, oh, I can't just snag it. I have to, hey, let me go back over here and, oh, wait, can I? That's weird. I didn't, did you know that StreamYard, look at this. Is everybody seeing what I'm seeing? I don't get enough super chats, I guess. Or I don't know if I've ever gotten a $50 super chat before. Did you know that StreamYard puts the super chat up here? This is in my StreamYard. So for people that don't know, this is StreamYard. That's what I'm running this thing on. This is the StreamYard tool that we're running the giveaway thing on. This is the YouTube, so it's nothing. This is AR's channel. And then I guess I need to go to my channel. Actually, I can just close out of this, go to StreamYard, and go straight to my channel. And that's where we can go check out the poll, for example. And go straight to my channel. But when I, so that super chat is long gone, probably over here, right? Oh no, it's still there. So over here, I can bring it up on the screen because this is YouTube. And that's how it works. I'll go to live. So thanks again to Chris for that. And then what is buy your own super chat? I can buy a super chat for my own channel? That's weird. Do people do that? Then we got the poll over here. But I never noticed that this situation happens over here also. I guess I can't do anything with it other than show it on my screen here, though. It doesn't show up on YouTube. That's one of the reasons I opened it there, to see if it was showing up when I click it. It doesn't show up on the screen or nothing either. Anyway, that's interesting. All right, so now I've got to go over here, grab Gizzard's hashtag. All right, we'll grab that. We'll go to the giveaway tool. We've selected this video. We've already got 3 people hashtagged it already. So of course, Gizzard, and then Luke, and then Woods. So we got 3 people participating in the hashtag giveaway. And that'll be for yet another patch, the Yankee no or FUD free zone, I guess. Click on the draw. Thanks for that. I like to go in and report them. Allegedly, YouTube takes that more seriously. But I feel like if they allegedly took it more seriously, they would allegedly not allow it to happen in the first place. All right. So, oh, we got this hashtag thing going. Now we have 8 people in it. What? Roy got in there. Gun Toting Pacifist is in there. John Z. Speaking of John Z, how many people have I gone and visited a castle on an island in New York with in this chat? 1, John Z. Let's see. Then we've got Gunpowder Beauties in on this. And did I say Roy? So is that everybody? Or then Bjorn? Come on, puppy. You're supposed to be getting views. Get people that do bingo. Look, this puppy will never get any peace and quiet until we start playing some bingo. It's almost going to get too late to play bingo. Almost too late to play bingo. Kidding me? Now I got to go to the other channel. Lame. Now I got to go to the other channel. boring. That's YouTube for you. And then imagine if you were on one of those other platforms that people flee to, like if it's somehow better, that don't have anywhere near the tools that YouTube's got to prevent that stuff. So look, when you're out there and you're listening to people and they're saying stuff like, oh, YouTube is mean to little puppies, I'm going to leave YouTube because they are so mean to puppies. Then they go, I'm going to go to XYZ place. Let them know that this amount of harassment is just the beginning when you go to some of those places. Gunpowder Beauties. Looking at this puppy. He's tired now because he was being bad before. What I like about this dog that I haven't seen with other dogs as much, I guess I've seen other dogs do it, but I haven't had dogs that do it, is this dog will fall asleep on his back, completely, 100% on his back. And because he's basically, he doesn't have bones as much as he's just got cartilage. He's kind of like a shark. None of his bones are like hard yet. They're all rubbery. So he can lay completely on his back, fall asleep completely, and it doesn't kill him or hurt him somehow. So I'll just be sitting here waking up, and this is next to me snoring upside down completely. And I like say every other dog I've had has a spine and bones that are rigid and can't do that. I mean, maybe the puppies could have done it, but even the puppies didn't like doing it. So that seems kind of odd to me that he's able to do that. All right, we've got 9 people. So if you're looking at the screen, hashtag is Gizzards' suggestion. We went with it, and now we're going for lower corner of your screen, a FUD-free zone patch. Actually, hold on a second. Puppy, don't jump off of here. He's going to jump off here. I have to bring him with me. Hold on. I went to go get something, and I guess I don't have any more of them, so it was a waste of time, and it just added to the length of the show for no reason. All right, puppy, you can just lay down again. So we've got 9 people entered in the hashtag, no bots, and Wield said just bought some patches. Hey, thank you. I need to get my thing set up or something set up because it used to do like a cash register sound when somebody bought something, and then I could do something. I will be sending you out one of the tactical. Let me split screens here. I will be sending out one of the tactical bingo cards with your whatever you grabbed there, Wield. So thanks for that. And like I say, what we'll do going forward, he licks this knife all the time. You got to be careful. This is the knife I usually keep jammed in my desk kind of thing right here. I'm sure a lot of people keep knives jammed like in places like this, right? Because it fits here pretty good. And that way, if I need to jam on something with a knife, I just have a knife right here. It's a Mora. See, this is the handle I prefer. It's just a little less rubber on it. Anyway, this thing's always hanging like this. That dog will come over here and lick that knife. Ever heard of such a thing? All right, what'd you do? Anyhow, because the bingo card has the, I was going to use this knife. Because the bingo card has the free spot in the center, we play tactical bingo every month where there's 5 weeks, and we play it ideally on that center day, that Wednesday. So we're only going to get a certain amount of bingo days in a year. Why? Because of this. Nobody likes playing bingo for some reason. The first one was a horrible failure. This one will also go into the history books. Horrible failure. And once again, because of Nancy Pelosi, and this dog's attitude, we're going to have another strike against us on the tactical front. But we're going to keep trying. So in spite of it, we're giving away this patch. He doesn't even want to sniff it anymore. Okay, he's sniffing it. And all you had to do is type in the hashtag. However, at this point, it's too late. You couldn't even have typed it in now if you wanted, because I'm already hitting the button. Tara Smith was the first winner, and then Luke was the second winner. The third winner is, oh shit, Jordan. Oh, phew. At first I thought, oh crap, I got to send something to Sweden. But I think you told Gizzard that you're not in Sweden, so that's good. So I don't know. You have to get me some kind of an address. However you gave it to Gizzard, do something similar like that, and then we'll get you. You didn't get a choice because everybody else grabbed those other patches from you earlier. But I don't know if I've ever sent you anything before. And what I'll do is send you a tactical quiz bingo card also. So next time we play, the Jordan can play as well. Will says, just wanted to support and say thank you for what you did. Appreciate it. Thank you. I was actually going to grab one of your patches to include it in this thing, but I had taken the last of the Wield sent me a bunch of like different color combos of his patches at one point, and I had them kind of sitting on the pegboard over there, but I had pulled them out and they're interspersed in with the some of the random packs, so I couldn't grab them. But yeah, thanks for helping out and helping out in the past also. All right. Puppy looks tired. So today, what did we do to wear the puppy out? The other day we went walking around and that got the puppy tired. And that worked out really well. I have now a cage for inside the house, and I went and bought a cage for in the van. So today I wanted to see what would happen if I took them in the van and put them in the cage in the van, because he might look all cute and whatever, but this dog likes to poop and pee all over the place. So didn't really want that going on in the van. So I wanted to see what would happen if I put him in that travel cage thing. And that was his adventure today, going in the travel cage in the van while I was in the store. He liked it. He didn't hate it. He didn't love it, but he didn't poop all over. That's a good sign. And yeah, so I don't know if that got him tired or what. And then we walked around a little bit. All right, so Luke's checking out. We're about to wrap this thing up anyway, but yeah, no problem. Thanks for jumping in and chatting. Yep, this dog is definitely very simple in his needs. He likes to put things in this end, have them come out the other end, and sometimes he likes to run around, and the rest of the time he likes to sleep. He's pretty much got the four things that he does. You include water in there, and he's done. All right, well, with that, I think we'll start wrapping it up. Next week on Wednesday, we'll do a different tactical quiz. And if you got ideas for that or suggestions, feel I guess when I remove it from the thing, the audio stops. So we probably shouldn't do that. This puppy needs more belly rubs for sure. He's a boy dog, so he gets rib rubs, right? And thing is, I don't give him any treats. I've never been the type to give him food all the time. I don't know why. I think when I was growing up, I knew people that gave their dogs food all the time, and the dogs just had a weird response to that, I thought. And I knew people that didn't give their dogs food, almost any treats, ever, and those dogs were more of those dogs seemed like attentive and listened and that kind of thing. Not that they did tricks or anything. It's just as much as like if they said stop, the dog would stop, and if they said come here, the dog would come here. And that's the biggest things I'm looking for, is for a dog to not do anything dangerous and be reckless when it's running around by a street or in front of a van or something. Like you want to make sure that in front of a truck, a van wouldn't hurt a dog. But you want to make sure that the thing will listen, right? Like for sure. And anyway, I don't know if food. I mean, I know food can, but for me, it was just I never used that as a thing. So I don't have food around. Like I don't give a dog treats when it comes in the house. I definitely know people that do that, and I get it. I know it works, but I just never did. I don't bribe them for going to the bathroom. I just say thanks. I just go, hey, good boy or good girl, and then they dig that. But otherwise, do give them, try to give them a bunch of different kinds of foods. He doesn't seem to have any kind of discretion at this point. He likes all food equally. He'll eat more than the other dog too. The other dog won't eat hardly anything you give her. She'll only eat buffalo pretty much, and tuna maybe. But this dog will eat bread, or he won't eat celery, but he'll eat chips or anything really you put in front of him. He'll eventually eat it. He'll eat popcorn. All right, well, I could go on listing the things that this little puppy could eat or would eat, but I don't have to fill in time to the mouse party because you don't get a mouse party tonight. Instead, the mouse party is tomorrow night. It'll be Thanksgiving, so I don't know what everybody does in the morning as far as waking up and start eating gravy, or wake up and start cooking stuff maybe, or wake up and I don't know. There's not too many sports people in shooting world, so I don't know if some people do sports, and I don't know when that stuff starts, but I think that's a part of Thanksgiving for some people. Maybe some people will go shooting. I don't know if the ranges will be open, but there's a heck of a lot of people that their range is their backyard, or their range is their friend's house or something. Their range is the public lands. Those are always open. And then there are quite a few ranges where people have access, keys or some kind of gates that they can get into, and might be a bunch of ranges happening. John Z is saying, worked 18 days straight. Not sure what I'll do tomorrow. Well, I'm guessing napping will be in there somewhere, and not doing anything scheduled will probably be in there, sounds like, after 18 days. That's a long time. Hopefully there's some good compensation for that. I don't remember, maybe just jumping into different chats, but I haven't seen John Z chatting live with anybody in a while. But Jordan is saying I have venison for Thanksgiving and going to the range. Well, that definitely sounds good. I know a couple of people that just recently got back off the hill, or one of our little mountains here, with some, I think they're whitetail. Or no, wait. I don't know. These guys usually go hunting for mule deer, so I didn't ask. I just assumed it was whitetail, but it might actually be mule deer. But they came down off the hill with some deers, it sounds like. So I know some people are going to be eating some venison here too, but yeah, that's pretty good eating. Wood says his job is eating. Wife and daughter are cooking the stuff. Here's a question for people. Do your people bake the bread, or do they buy the bread? We have a French bakery in Tucson, just one, and it went out of business because of all the bullshit. So that pissed me off. I don't eat bread that often, but when I eat bread, I like eating bread. I'm old and I know what real bread tastes like, and I hate industry bread. I can't stand fake bread that they make at the stores. It's horrible because I've eaten real bread. So this French bakery makes real bread, right? Really good bread. And they went out of business. And I only would ever go over there because it's not really near anything by me, but it's if you go there early in the morning, they'll have half off stuff, or they'll have the old stuff. An old real bakery is still amazing. So I got no problem getting the day old bakery from the old real right bakery. It went out of business. So I was over doing something, and I seen that they were reopening or something, grand reopening. So I went over there to check out, get some half price bread. It was a long shot. It was the day before Thanksgiving. And they didn't have any, but the place was empty, like barren. And that made me think there's a lot of people that ain't baking bread. Now, first to say, like, it doesn't matter. If you get bread from that place, I mean, your grandma has to be pretty good at baking bread to get it as good as that place. But there are grandmas that can get bread made that good. So, you know what I'm saying? But if the question is, do your people bake the bread that you're eating tomorrow? Or is that one of the things they buy at the store? Now, I've seen people buy stuffing at the store. I don't think that's American, but it's legal. But to me, stuffing is one of those things where that's like a family thing, and that's how Thanksgiving evolves, is when one family who does something with their stuffing marries into another family that does something else with their stuffing, and then eventually their kids do some weird hybrid or something with their stuffings, right? That's part of American Thanksgiving. But going to the store and buying bread from the Walmart, that has to end. I like the idea of real bread, and that kind of tradition being handed down, how to make real bread with a real oven. I think that's important. And if people haven't eaten real bread, I'm not saying it's criminal, and I'm not saying it's bad parenting, but I'm about to say it's bad parenting and it should be criminal. Because certain things, if you haven't experienced them, then you don't know how ripped off you're being, right? You don't know you're eating chump bread when you haven't ever eaten real bread. You don't even know. Hawaiian rolls. So those are a specific thing, and some people eat them for tradition. I ate one time and I didn't like it, but I understand them, I guess. And I don't know what that other thing is. Some kind of butter. Is that a brand or something? Let's see. What's it saying? I can't move my arm because there's some dog laying on it. Pro tip: 1/3 of turkey, 1/3 of mashed potatoes, and 1/3 of gravy. Are you talking like some kind of a pot pie looking situation? Let's see. Just me here. If you want to drive from Arizona, I'll start cooking. I'm not into Thanksgiving, so I don't do any of that stuff. But I would hang out. I wouldn't mind. You're by Branson? I'll be up there at some point. I'll let you know when I'm in that area when I'm driving to the museums down in Arkansas. You might not be able to hear it, but this dog is now snoring. Let's see. Store-bought bread is the 9mm. No, I just think store-bought bread is the demise of society, really, because bread is super important, right? I think there's a reason why bread's in the Bible a shit ton of times, and like, why sandwiches are made out of bread, right? French toast is made out of bread. It's like super critical to existence. That's why hot dogs are not made on bread, right? And there's all kinds of breads. And if you're eating just some kind of corporate industrial bread made by robots and machines, that ain't the same. I guess it's kind of like 9mm. By moving around his back leg, I can sort of adjust the pitch of that snore. So you could play him a little bit like an instrument. Kind of like bagpipes, somewhere mixed between, it's kind of a mix between bagpipes and an accordion. Where's my mouse at now? So once he starts snoring, if you wiggle his back leg like this, you can kind of adjust the pitch of it. So it's kind of like an accordion. Maybe if I curled him while he was snoring. No, he's not doing it. Out of spite. As soon as I flip, though, watch just how you make him snort. And just flip the screen over. right. So, oh, speaking of the accordion, since it is Wednesday and nobody wants to play bingo, maybe polka is more up your alley. So, has anybody watched the new Weird Al Yankovic movie called Weird? Anyone? Anyone? If you know who Weird Al Yankovic is, then I think you'll understand the kind of movie we're talking about. I guess there's no need to keep showing the winner. Fenton Password saying that all bread is evil, not in sync with evolution. What? Roy Senior Weird Al one? Yeah, it is super good. Matt was saying how good it was that he doesn't even know. Like he wasn't even. It was pretty good. So if you're looking for something that's good, it's funny or whatever, and has Weird Al Yankovic in it. Yep, it's just called Weird. It's super good. And there's accordions in it. All right, well, had a bunch of stuff, had robots ready, special prizes, things happening, different arrangements that we can't get into because they would have been blowing surprises away. But maybe next time, I don't know. Let's take a look at when the next month will be, when there's going to be enough weeks in the month to give us an opportunity to tactical bingo it up again. All right, well, this was 1 month. Well, there's only 4 Wednesdays in December. There's 4 Wednesdays in January, 4 Wednesdays in February. There are 5 Wednesdays in March. So about a month before I can get this dog's nuts chopped off, we can have another tactical quiz or another tactical bingo. But in April is the first appointment I can get to get this dog's business taken care of. And March is when we'll have the next tactical bingo. If you like Weird Al, you're gonna love the movie. It's really, really good. All right, well, with that, I guess we're gonna have to wrap it up. Yeah, he's a boy and he pees all the time, and it's supposedly not good for him. If having nuts is supposed to be so bad for him, and he's only, he's like 25% nutsack, then it's got to be more bad for him than it is for like a bigger dog where the nuts are a smaller percentage of him. I'm pretty sure that's science. All right, well, we'll wrap this one up again, and hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you tomorrow. There's definitely shows happening tomorrow. There's also Thanksgiving. And let's not forget about Echo. If you want to jump over to AR Guns and use his email, I think it sounds like that's the way to do it. But Jordan's asking where to send info. My email is gunwebsites@gmail.com if you want to just email me. Otherwise, the Instagrams or one of the other things using the messaging. All right. With that, we'll exploit this puppy's cuteness one last time to solicit, here we go, everyone to join us again in March for I don't know if to call it part 2 or part 3 because this one was a flop. But we'll have another tactical bingo in March, and this dog will be long gone by then. I mean, the dog will still exist. It just won't be here. That's for sure. There's no way this dog will be here in March when we play tactical bingo again. No way.
AskGunQuestions.com is a website that we built back in 2007, and since then, for the last 15 years, people have been able to ask questions of simple to advanced nature, and we attempt to answer them in different ways over the years. Join us now as we start a new series to answer gun questions.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Shit. Ninja? Ninja! Ninja!
Tonight's episode, Murder by the Numbers.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice once a month, and carry every day.
Thank you for watching GunWebsites.com.